Wernigerode. Wernigerode German pronunciation. Wernigerode. Diet is a town in the district of Harz, Saxony-Anhalt, Germany. Until 2007, it was the capital of the district of Wernigerode. Its population was 35,041 in 2012. Wernigerode is located southwest of Halberstadt and is picturesquely situated on the Holtemme River on the north slopes of the Harz Mountains. Wernigerode is located on the German Timber Frame Road. Geography. Location. The town lies at about 250 meters above sea level NN on the northeastern flank of the Harz Mountains in central Germany, at the foot of their highest peak, the Brocken, on the B6 and B244 federal highways and on the railway line from Halberstadt to Wernigerode that links the cities of Hausal and Hanover. The river Holtemme flows through the town, and not far from its western gate it is joined by the Zillerbach stream, which is also known as the Fluttern near its mouth. North of the town the Barenbach flows through several ponds and empties into the Holtemme in the village of Minsleben. The historic town centre consists of an old town and a new town, Altstadt and Neustadt. The town's borough includes Hasserode, Nostenrode, the residential estates of Stadfeld, Bergbreit and Harzblick, as well as the villages of Wernigerode, Minsleben, Silstedt, Schierk and Redebber. The borough measures 9.5 km from west to east and 6 km from north to south. Its highest point is the Brocken, at 1141 meters above NN, and its lowest is at 215 meters. The town lies on the German-Dutch holiday road known as the Orange Route. The northern Harz boundary fault crosses the borough, along which runs the watershed between the Weser and Elbe rivers. To the north, precipitation flows into the Weser. To the southeast, later northeast, waters flow into the Elbe. This fault line runs through the suburb of Hasserode to the west-southwest of the city centre and forms the town's Castle Hill to the southeast of the city centre. Town divisions. The town of Wernigerode is divided into the town itself, including the villages of Hasserode and Nostenrode incorporated before 1994, and 5 villages with their own local councils that were integrated after 1994, Wernigerode, Minsleben, Redebber, Schierk and Silstedt. Climate. Wernigerode is located in the Central European Transition subzone of the temperate climatic zone. Its average annual temperature is 9.5 deg C. Its average annual precipitation is 5 millimeters. The warmest months are June to August, with average temperatures of 16.0 to 18.3 deg C, and the coldest are December to February at 1.1 to 2.1 deg C. The most rain falls in July, on average 54 millimeters, the least in February, with 30 millimeters on average. The climate, more precisely the amounts of precipitation and temperatures, are influenced by the orographic rainfall caused by the Harz Mountains. Because the town lies in the rain-shadow leeward side of the Harz, less precipitation falls here than in similar temperate regions without the protection of a mountain range. In addition, the occasional foehn winds that occur result in an increase in temperatures. Wernigerode has a snow load class of 3 according to the German industrial standard, DIN 1055. History. Wernigerode was the capital of the medieval county of Wernigerode and Stolberg Wernigerode. In 1815, after the Napoleonic Wars, it became part of the Prussian province of Saxony. The Hasseroder brewery was founded in Wernigerode in 1872. After World War II, Wernigerode was included in the new state Saxony-Anhalt within the Soviet occupation zone, relaunched in October 1949 as the German Democratic Republic/East Germany. During the communist years, the town was very close to the inner German border. Wernigerode became part of the restored state of Saxony-Anhalt in 1990 after German reunification. Emergence of the town. There are no written sources confirming exactly when the town was established. According to the latest research, for example, By Eduard Jacobs and Walther Gross, there were no early relations with the abbey at Corvey-Weser, and the abbot there, wherein, instead, the town name suggests it was a protected clearance settlement. The first area to be settled was the Clint, where there was a lowland castle, the so-called Schneekburg. In 1805 the ruins of this castle site were demolished. The only part remaining is Haus Gadenstedt at Oberfäckerthof 12, which dates to the year 1582. At the time of the first settlement there was still ancient forest, typical of the Harz, on the heights of the Clint, which had first to be cleared, hence the suffix "road" in the town name, which means clearing. The town was first mentioned in the records in 1121 in connection with Count Adalbert of Hamer, who had moved here from the region near Hildesheim, and henceforth was titled the Count of Wernigerode. On 17 April 1229 the settlement was granted town rights along the lines of that for Goslar. In 2004 Wernigerode celebrated the 775th anniversary of that occasion. As a result of the immigration of new townsfolk from the surrounding villages, a new settlement, later called Neustadt, grew up on the northeastern edge of the old town. It was a farming settlement that lay outside the walls of the old town. St. John's Church was built as the parish church of Wernigerode's Neustadt in the last third of the 13th century in the Romanesque style. Early rulers. The counts of Wernigerode, who can be traced back to the early 12th century, were successively vassals of the Margraves of Brandenburg 1268 and the Archbishops of Magdeburg 1381. On the extinction of the family in 1429, the county fell to the Counts of Stolberg, who founded the Stolberg-Wernigerode branch in 1645. The latter surrendered its military and fiscal independence to Prussia in 1714, but retained some of its sovereign rights till 1876. The counts were raised to princely rank in 1890. Mayors Rundin c. 1640 Ludwig Jeppel, 7 January 1921 to 6 January 1933. Ulrich von Fresenius, 1 September 1888. Died 12 November 1962, 10 January 1933 to 20 April 1945. Max Otto, 1889–1969. SPD/said, 20 April 1945 to 1951. Gustav Strahl, 1951 to 1962. Martin Killian, said, 24 October 1962 to 1990. Herbert Tubner, CDU, 1990 to 1991. Horst Dieter Weyrauch, CDU, 1991 to 1994. Ludwig Hoffmann, SPD, 1994 to 31 July 2008. Peter Gaffert, Independent, since 1 August 2008. Population statistics. Architecture. Wernigerode contains several interesting Gothic buildings, including a fine town hall with a timber facade from 1498. Some of the quaint old houses which have escaped the numerous fires through the years are elaborately adorned with wood carving. The Gerhard Hauptmann Gymnasium, occupying a modern Gothic building, is the successor to an ancient grammar school that existed until 1825. The castle Schloss Wernigerode of the Princes of Stolberg, Wernigerode, rises above the town. The original was built in the 12th century, but the present castle was built between 1862 and 1893 by Karl Fruhling and includes parts of the medieval building. Economy. Brandy, Hasseröder lager, cigars, and dyes are among the products manufactured in Wernigerode. Sights. Harzer Schmelzbahn, a narrow-gauge railway that leads from Wernigerode to the Brocken 1141 m, the highest peak in the Harz Mountains, and then goes to Nordhausen, to the south of the Harz Mountains. The second highest peak, Wurmberg 971 m, is accessible by cable car from Braunlich, which is connected by bus to Wernigerode. Wernigerode has numerous museums, galleries, libraries, monuments, and parks. Armiljuteberg Hill with an Emperor Tower and forest inn. Culture. Wernigerode is the home of the choir Rundfunkjugendliche Wernigerode. Natural monuments: Steiner and Klein Wren and the nearby well of Wernigerode Bergerbrunnen, Ottofol's rock formation with extensive views over the Harz. Montspach, a protected beach on the Old Monks Way, Sport. Wernigerode hosts the Brocken Marathon each October. Wernigerode also has had an American football club, the Mountain Tigers, since 1993. During the last 19 years, this team has played in Germany's Oberliga 4 and Regionalliga 3. Since its inception, it has been a mainstay for American football in the Harz region. Twin towns, sister cities. Wernigerode is twinned with Carpi, Italy 1964. Cincinnati, Romania 2002. Hoi and Vietnam 2013. Neustadt an der Weinstraße, Germany 1998. Notable people: Henry Ernest of Stolberg, Wernigerode 1716–1786, canon, dean, and author of many hymns. Christian Gottlieb Kratzenstein 1723–1795, Christian Frederick of Stolberg, Wernigerode 1746–1824, Count of Stolberg, Wernigerode. Martin Heinrich Klaproth 1743–1817, chemist. Henry of Stolberg, Wernigerode 1772–1854, Count of Stolberg, Wernigerode. Anton of Stolberg, Wernigerode 1785–1854, chief minister in Magdeburg, governor in the Prussian province of Saxony, and Prussian minister of state. Heinrich Karl Bayerich 1796–1834, botanist. Gustav Eduard von Henderson 1804–1872, Prussian general. Otto Herfurth 1893–1944, general. Wilhelm Bittrich 1895–1979, military personnel. Friedrich Lutsch 1901–1968, historian and economist. Franz Nicklisch 1906–1975, actor. Actor. Rolf Hermchen 1918–2014, fighter ace. Conrad Sass 1926–1981, musicologist. Rudolf Dan Harborn 1934, cross-country skier. Waldtraut Lewin 1937–2017, stage director. Wolf Barth 1942–2016, mathematician. Monica Wolf Matthews born 1942, politician. Karin Ruger Schulz born 1944, track and field athlete. Irene Ellenberger born 1946, architect. Lutz Unger born 1951, swimmer. Karsten Brandt born 1958, cross-country skier. Caspar René Hirschfeld born 1965, composers. Bernhard Schneier born 1968, composers. Guido Fulst born 1970, racing cyclists. Jens Baxman born 1985, ice hockey player. Nils Peterson born 1988, footballer. Christopher Grithier born 1992, Skeleton racer, skeleton racer, person 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 racer, skeleton racer, person racer, person skeleton racer, person racer, person racer, person racer,